Hey everyone, my name's Adam Hamilton and welcome to Outside the Box. Yesterday I unboxed the iPhone X. Welcome to Outside the Box, where we're actually doing an unboxing for once. And if you haven't seen that video, you can click somewhere on the screen or the link in the description will bring you to that. But today I will be doing a review on the iPhone X, considering I've been using it for about a day now. There's a lot of features that people have been wondering about on this phone, and in this video I'm going to be able to go over some of it and review some of the previous features that I myself was curious about. So with that in mind, here are the top 10 things that I like about the iPhone X. My first favorite feature is when you go to peel off the plastic that you get on the phone. Because of the glass back, it has two sides that you get to peel off this time instead of just one. So you get to peel off the front and then it goes onto the back and you get double the satisfaction. That's something I liked about it. I don't know about the rest of you if you're interested in that kind of stuff, but that's the kind of stuff that makes me happy. The second thing that I really like about the iPhone X is the fact that it is the embodiment of an iPhone 6s, but with a screen that's larger than the 8 Plus. And I found a graph that kind of really represents it quite well. And you can see here that the iPhone X screen is much bigger by width and length dimensionally than the iPhone 8 Plus. Talking about the screen, my third favorite thing about the iPhone X is the screen itself. The OLED display on the iPhone X is absolutely amazing. And this is, I believe, the second product that Apple has come out with that involves an OLED display, which the first one being the Apple Watch. I had the Apple Watch since it came out, and I've always been impressed with the OLED display. You get brighter colors, you get them to pop out more. The blacks are actually black instead of it being some sort of off-tone gray. They are very exact and the color is precise. Not to mention, it saves a ton of battery because it's not lighting up the pixels that are not being used. Having said that, because I've had the watch for so long, having it now integrated into the phone that I use every day is so much better. The colors are so much crisper. With the full screen display, you are able to really take advantage of that feature more. Now, let's talk about Face ID. Face ID has got to be my fourth favorite feature on this phone, not in any particular order. Face ID is an absolutely amazing feature of this phone. A lot of people are kind of speculating between Face ID and Touch ID and saying which one's better, which one's more productive, and at first people weren't really very happy with Face ID. They like the home button, they like being able to just use their fingerprints, and they may think, what if I'm in the dark? What if I'm wearing sunglasses? What if I'm wearing something that makes my face look different? If I'm wearing a hat, if it changes your look, even makeup, people were concerned about if that would be different. But it's not. The phone itself is very integrated to be able to work with these kinds of situations. By using Face ID, I've been using it for a while, and it's been great. And now that I've been getting used to the phone, I don't even think about logging into the phone. I just look at the phone and it's already ready to go. So to really represent this, I want to do a couple Face ID tests for you. So I found the darkest room in my house to be able to do this in. And to really show you how this works, turn it on, let's use my face, unlock it, and we're in. And voila! iPhone X works perfectly in the dark. Face ID will also grow to recognize you, so if you decide to grow a beard or a mustache or something that would significantly change your face, it will recognize that growth over a slow amount of time. So if you were to put on some type of fake mustache, then it would not recognize your face. Also, Face ID works fantastically with sunglasses. I own a pair of Snapchat spectacles, and they are dark, they are round, and they will definitely take some space on your face. Space on your face. Face ID basically uses your eyes, your nose, and your mouth to be able to indicate the parts that it will be able to sense. So when in doubt, if you try to put something over those certain areas, then the chances of your phone unlocking will be more and more unlikely depending what you're putting it on over. Sunglasses were definitely being talked about, saying if you had the iPhone X, would you be able to unlock the phone with wearing sunglasses? So these are pretty, these take up my face, they take up my eyes and a little bit of my nose. So with that in mind, will the iPhone X be able to unlock because I'm wearing this? Alright, so apparently I didn't charge that pair well enough, so you won't really be able to see it from my perspective. But now I have a different pair on, so this will be able to give you the same type of look and you'll be able to see what it's like. I go bring up my phone, have it look at me, and bam, it's unlocked. Swipe up and I'm in. The iPhone X Face ID process setup is so easy to do. All you do, go into your Face ID option, and then you just follow the instructions on there, which has you tilt your head in direction. and you do it twice, and once you're done with those 2 steps, Face ID is ready to go and is automatically ready for you to use, which is a fantastic feature and is actually faster than Touch ID. Now, my 5th favorite feature about the iPhone 10 has to be the camera. The camera on the iPhone 10 is special because this camera right here is a very, very good camera. This camera in this case is basically like if you had a plus version of an iPhone. It has the wide-angle lens and it has the telephoto lens. And you put those 2 together and bam, you get an excellent camera. But usually you have to get a gigantic bulky phone to be able to have this kind of opportunity. With the iPhone 10, it's going to be the same size as a normal sized iPhone, but with the camera of a plus sized iPhone, which is fantastic. You can do slow-mo at 1080p with 240 frames per second, which is incredible as far as resolution goes. Both of the cameras shoot excellent quality and you can see incredible detail within the photos. I took a couple sample photos to really show you what it can do, and these are what I was able to pick up around town. And because of this, iPhone 10 can also do the portrait mode option, which you can only do with these kind of cameras on iPhones. And a new feature that was rolled out onto the iPhones this year, on only the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 10, is studio lighting. So studio lighting is able to add lighting onto your face to be able to make your photos look better than they originally were. This can work after you're taking a photo or while you're taking a photo, and overall it makes everything look really, really great. My 6th favorite thing is wireless charging. This phone, just like the iPhone 8, has wireless charging to it, which is just an option. You can still normally charge your phone with a lightning cable, but if you wanted to, you could wirelessly charge it. Now, if you do wirelessly charge it, your phone goes into fast charge, which your phone will charge faster. But the big feature about wireless charging is not so much at home, but when you're out on the go. Many companies like Starbucks, I know this, in major cities across the US, such as New York City and Los Angeles, have so far been integrating wireless chargers into the tables that you would be sitting at. So if you were to go out for a cup of coffee and you want to charge your phone, you put your phone on the table and you can use that. Also, many different places out in public also have public wireless charging spots. Were originally just for Android and Samsung, but now that Apple can take a part in this, you can now put your phone on those as well, and your phone will wirelessly charge. The 7th favorite thing that I like about the iPhone happens to be what it's made out of. The iPhone is a very, very tough phone, and if you're someone who likes to drop their phone but doesn't really like a case so much, this phone will be great for you. The iPhone 10, around the rims, are made out of stainless steel, which is a very, very strong material, and having it on my Apple Watch, I'm able to really get a sense of what it's like. It is very strong and very effective, so if you happen to drop it, it will not be as much as the impact as the 7000 series aluminum was on the previous iPhones. The glass itself is also made out of a material that is stronger than Gorilla Glass. It is the strongest glass ever put into a phone on the market right now. This glass is both used in the front and back. You have a phone that will be very strong on top of concrete or any type of material that you happen to drop it on. The phone is also the same water resistance as the previous iPhones, so there's really no big difference with that. However, it can stand substantial amounts of water for long periods of time. So if you happen to drop your phone into the ocean, if you happen to drop it into the lake, and if it doesn't float off and you're able to grab it, you should be fine, as long as it's not exposed in that salt water for an extended amount of time. Something I also want to throw in is that people are talking about the notch being in the way of the phone and being able to downgrade the user experience, which I'm going to have to say that's not true. After using the iPhone 10, you really get to see what it's like, and the more and more that you watch it, the less and less that you notice the notch. It blends in with the screen, and you really don't notice it. Once it's blended into the screen, your attention is not on the notch, but more on the gigantic display that you're being faced. The 8th favorite thing that I like about the iPhone 10 is the A11 Bionic chip, which makes it incredibly fast to be able to work with. There's barely any lag, and the response time is perfect with the phone. Unlocking the phone super fast. If you are a person that likes to game on an iPhone and you want some type of phone that is able to handle that, this phone is definitely the powerhouse to be able to handle that with. The ninth favorite thing that I like about the iPhone 10 is the sound that you can get from it. The sound that Apple put into this phone is more like a stereo system. You have 2 speakers on the bottom and 1 speaker on the top, and this works very nicely. If you're somebody that has to cup your iPhone at the bottom to be able to get sound out of it, you don't have to do it with this phone. This phone is perfect for watching in the front. The speaker that you would put up to your ear if you are getting a phone call, when you're not using it as a phone, it plays as a speaker towards the rest of the phone as well. So you have the 2 bottom speakers that are incredible, as well as the top speaker, and you put those 3 together and you have an incredible sound to the phone. And finally, my 10th favorite feature of the iPhone 10 is Animoji. Animoji was an extremely underrated thing that came along with the iPhone 10. Apple considered it to be a gag, people just found it funny, but now actually being able to use it, it is quite an impressive tool. It's still funny, it's still just random to use, but you have a lot of fun when you're using it. There's currently a trend right now of people doing karaoke animojis. The emojis that you can choose from are a monkey, a robot, a cat, a dog, an alien, a fox, the poop emoji, a pig, a panda, a rabbit, a chicken, and also a unicorn. When you talk, it will track the muscle movements that in your face that you are using, and then you can send it, and it will also send your voice going along with it. So you can send an animated message with an emoji, with your voice being in the background as it models your face. Now, suppose you say that you cannot find an emoji that matches your situation for right then and right there. Well, you can also make stickers out of Animoji. It's very simple. All you have to do is just make the face that you want, hold down on the Animoji, and then just drag it right on into the text, and you're able to stick it on a piece of text or whatever you choose to do. You can also save these Animojis to your camera roll and use them at a later time. You can post them to wherever you want to post them. You can make a video out of them. The options are endless. So what originally was supposed to be just a funny feature that Apple thought to include within their phones actually became one of the best features about the iPhone 10. iPhone 10 ratings right now are off the charts, and I have not heard a lot of bad reviews about the iPhone 10. One thing that I personally saw is that when you use the iPhone 10 for a lengthy period of time, it does begin to get a little bit warm, but nothing concerning. The iPhone 10 is an extremely great phone to be able to get. I would say definitely the best one on the market right now. There are so many features. The design is very elegant and very classy. The specs of the phone are very impressive, and the phone lives up to what everybody has been telling it to be. Personally, is it worth $1,000? I don't know. That's hard for me to say, because being able to use it and being able to see all the features is definitely an advantage that I have. But the phone itself, I don't really think any phone should be costing $1,000 to be able to own. But what you do need to know is that you are getting your money's worth for the technology that you're buying. It's not just an overpriced phone. You are getting a lot of advanced technology that other companies are not able to keep up with right now. You will not find these features in other phones. Other phones have definitely tried using the facial ID systems to unlock their phones like Apple has done. But in the past, I believe Samsung tried whipping together a phone like that, and it was a complete failure because people can just take photos of somebody and put it in front of the phone and it automatically unlocks without it being the person. With the iPhone 10, the facial ID system works. Your eyes must be open when you are looking at the phone for it to be able to unlock. So somebody cannot come over to you when you're sleeping and put the phone in front of your face and have it unlock. That will not work. Also, the iPhone 10 has a system where it sends out 30,000 invisible dots on the dot projector to be able to scan your face and get a true depth of where particular muscles and particular things are on your face. So because of that depth map, it is able to recognize your face instead of a photo. A photo would be 2D, it would not be able to work. If you try using a mask to try and impersonate somebody's face, that will also not work. The iPhone 10 is able to see the detail of your face and how it's constructed rather the image of it. Apple definitely put a lot of time and work into this phone, and you can tell. Apple didn't follow other companies in doing the OLED screens right away because they always want to be able to do things right. Not so much about the time that you're going to get it out, but rather on the accuracy of which you can build the product. So whenever you're buying an Apple product, you know that you are going to get the best because they've tested it out, they've waited to release it, and you know it is going to be worth it. The iPhone 10 is an amazing phone, and if you happen to own it, I am sure you will love it. If you are looking into buying a phone, I would definitely recommend the iPhone 10. Leagues over the iPhone 8. iPhone 8 is a couple, like $200 or $300 less than the iPhone 10. So if you're going to be putting in the money to get the phone, at least get something that you know you will be able to enjoy. The iPhone 8 is a great choice, but for $200 to $300 more, you are much better off getting the iPhone 10. So with that being said, thank you for watching my iPhone 10 review. If you would like to see more kind of Apple or technology related videos, make sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.